The Whole Enchilada, a community of high achievers that fight the status quo, rebel against mediocrity, and make life happen. Let's go.
Hey, Enchilada Nation, excited to chat with you today about something I think is really interesting right now. I heard this quote a couple weeks ago. I may have shared it on another platform, but it's just been really resonating with me. And the quote says this: "We don't see things as they are, we see things as we are." And I think this is really relevant because I see so many people getting frustrated about things or wanting to blame, the world the way it is. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy things going on, but a lot of what we're frustrated about in life is actually a reflection of who we are. It's a reflection of how we're showing up. It's a reflection of our attitude. It's a reflection of the choices that we're making. And the reason this quote came back to me is I heard this story a couple days ago that I thought was just, one, it was a charming story, but just a really relevant story. This story is about an old monk that was sitting at the bottom of a mountain, and two travelers came down this mountain over a span of a couple days. So the monk is sitting there doing what monks do, meditating and viewing life blissfully. And this traveler comes out of this mountain village. And this traveler comes up to the monk and says, "Hey, I need some advice from you. See that town down there? I'm heading to that town. And before I go to that town, I'm curious what it's like. Am I going to enjoy this town?" And the monk says, "Well, before I tell you about this town, why don't you tell me about the experience you had at the town you're coming from?" And the first traveler says, "That town was miserable. People were rude. Nobody was nice. Nobody included me. There was no opportunity there. Frankly, it was really frustrating. That's why I'm going to a different town and I'm looking for a different experience. Do you think I'll enjoy that city?" And the monk said, "Unfortunately, I think you're going to find exactly the same experience in this new town that you experienced in the last town." And the traveler went on their way. A couple days later, a traveler came down the same pathway, and frankly, they asked the same question. It's, "Hey, I'm glad I ran into you. I'm curious. I'm headed to that town down in the valley there, and I want to know, do you think I'm going to like it?" The monk asked the same question. "Tell me about the experience you had in the last town you came from." This traveler said, "It was an amazing experience. People were so friendly. They were open-minded. They included me in what was going on. There were so many opportunities there, but it was just time for me to move on. It was really challenging for me to leave because I was so enthralled with this city." And the monk said, about the same city that the other person was deterred from, is, "I think that you'll experience the same thing there." If you are enjoying this conversation, please, who do you know that you can share this episode with today that will find value in it and would also like to join us on our journey to become the best version of ourselves? And don't forget, please like and subscribe, because this helps me get in front of more people just like you to continue to grow our network in our Enchilada Nation. Thanks again, and let's get back to the episode. I love this story because it really is about the lens we see life through. This reminds me of my own life. There's these two family members, two brothers that I know. I know both of them very well, which means they both had the same upbringing, the same parenting, they were brought up in the same religion, same schools, and both these brothers just view life completely different. And I'm not just talking like political beliefs and things like that, I'm talking about the day-to-day positivity or negativity about what opportunities exist. I connect with one of them and they're asking me questions about what opportunities exist. How do I get better? I connect with another one and it's, "Can you believe this person's out to get me? Can you believe how hard it is?" Again, two brothers, same starting point, but they're choosing to view life through a different lens. It reminds me of one of my favorite Wayne Dyer quotes that says, "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." And I remember the first time I heard that, it just like really resonated with me. And frankly, when I get frustrated with things or I feel frustrated with how things are showing up, I now ask myself the question, is there a different way for me to look at this? Or is there something I'm missing about me, something about my education, something I don't know, a relationship I don't have, a habit I don't have, that if I had those things, it would reshape the lens by which I see this problem. And almost every single time, if I can reapproach it and say, is there a different way for me to look at this? It doesn't magically make the problem go away. I wish we lived in a world where I can snap my fingers and problems would go away. But at the same time, somewhere inside that problem, I've learned, is an opportunity. The world's changing at a faster pace than we've ever seen it change before. And on the other side of that is we're able to learn new things at a faster pace than we've ever learned before. One of the things I love about life right now is I have the ability to learn at a faster pace, solve problems at a faster pace than I ever have before if I choose to do so. If I choose to apply myself to do that, instead of getting frustrated about the pace of the world, instead of getting frustrated that things are changing or what worked for me yesterday doesn't work for me today. So here is the challenge that I want to leave you with today. Number one is I want you to examine the world. I want you to examine the lens by which you're currently viewing the world. And ask yourself the question is that a lens of positivity and excitement? Or is that a lens of negativity and pessimism? Number two is whatever it is, I want you to take ownership of it. Nobody can control what you think and what your actions are but you. So take ownership of it. And number three is if you don't enjoy the lens by which you're viewing the world, it's a matter of taking off one pair of glasses and putting on another and just choosing to view the lens differently. And a lot of that starts with changing your environment, changing who you're hanging out with, changing what you're consuming by way of information, podcasts, books, and frankly, just who you're being around. Those things will change the lens by which you view the world. If you change the lens by which you view the world, what seems to be a problem may now be perceived as an opportunity. The world is full of opportunities. The question is are you seeing the opportunities or are you seeing them as problems that are holding you back? I choose to see the opportunities, and I hope you do too. Don't forget, go live life on your terms.